So much for joining us.
Thank you.
Raquel, back to you.
Thank you, Jasmine and Ava. Let's get to some questions for you, Nadia. Our first question is from a young space fan, Mark Andreas.
Hello NASA, my name is Mark Andreas. How we can see water from space?
Well, hi Mark. NASA can see different aspects of water from space. We could see how hot is the water, how the temperature, the surface temperature of the water is, how salty is our water, salinity of ocean salinity. We can see how heavy the mass of water, its gravity. We can see the volume or the height of water with satellites like SWOT, for example. We could see liquid water, frozen water, like sea ice. We can even see some content of water in the atmosphere. So we can see different aspects of water from space. Good question.
Yes, so many different ways to see water. And we also have some social media questions coming in. We have, how many times per day will SWOT orbit the Earth?
So on average, SWOT's nominal orbit is 21 a day repeat orbit.
Right. And we have another one coming in for you now. Let's see, how accurate is the equipment when measuring the current sea level from space? Meters, centimeters, millimeters, nanometers? We're really getting into that.
We're targeting centimetric accuracy of sea level measurements from space, which is a truly breakthrough. It's a 10x improvement of what we are currently doing. Yes.
Now you're doing such a good job answering these questions. We have another one coming in for you. What is ocean topography and how does it work with SWOT?
Well, think of it, ocean topography, just like mountains and valley. Like I was driving here from LAX to Lompoc, just like mountains and valleys on the ground, you see hills and dips on the ocean surface. So think of it as well.
Great explanation. We have another question for you too. Let's get to this one is, will you be able to tell how clean the water is?
So we will be able to make some interpretation of water quality and its chemical composition, but we're mostly focusing on the volume, storage, and the height of the water with SWOT.
All right, let's see if we have another one for you. Will SWOT data help in predicting flash flooding more effectively than current technology?
We are with the rising sea levels, we do see more frequent inundations, including those related to flash flooding or sunny days flooding. And SWOT will continue the legacy of prediction of flood events related to the rising oceans.
We have one more social question for you to get to. Will this technology also help determine how much drinkable water is currently available?
Yes, we are targeting fresh water in our reservoirs in lakes and other reservoirs. The storage, the change in their volume and extent. Yes, drinking and available water for usage.
Wow, you just offered some great insight to SWOT. Thank you, Nadia. Now, before SWOT data, researchers could only collect information on a few thousand rivers and lakes, but with SWOT, it will be more than 1 million. Here is a look at how that kind of data can have a huge impact on people's daily lives.
SWOT is the Surface Water and Ocean Topography Satellite. It's an international satellite that's going to give us this complete view of the surface water here on Earth, what's happening in the lakes, reservoirs, rivers, and also in the ocean. It'll tell us about how sea level is rising along coastlines and in the open ocean, and really give us a good understanding of how surface water is moving about the Earth.
Our goal is to provide data, forecasts, watches, and warnings at some key locations like the Willamette River in Portland, which is a major U.S. city that historically has seen some catastrophic floods. The better quality of the data that we have that feeds into our models, the better the forecasts are going to be, the more time that people will have to protect themselves and their property and ultimately our communities. A tool like SWOT is going to help us with making these really difficult projections and predictions for the future.
This is one of many reservoirs here in the Willamette Valley in Oregon. It is a human-made lake. It is a reservoir operated by the Army Corps of Engineers. The water managers here, they use weather prediction, they use hydrologic models, and the hope is that data like SWOT might be incorporated into those predictions to help them better understand this water body's filling and we don't want to overtop the dams, might want to start letting water out really quickly. They have to make a lot of complicated decisions. When you get a big storm event, we want to keep the communities safe in the best way that we can. So how do we best manage operation of these reservoirs in terms of putting water out downstream to prevent flooding at a larger scale?
In lots of states, there are, hundreds, thousands of reservoirs, and many of those reservoirs don't have automated gauging available. And so these agencies have to kind of estimate how much water is in them and how that's changing. And with SWOT, they can just monitor that directly from space.
For us in Alaska, we have many, many rivers, and only a few of them are measured, or as we say, gauged. If we have data on when flooding is occurring or might occur, we can get crews out there to look at the bridge to make sure that the bridge and the associated roadway are still safe. If we can start collecting data on all rivers above a certain size remotely from satellites, it really opens up the amount of rivers that we can help understand what happens when they flood or how they flood. And that really improves our ability to manage our infrastructure and to design